with the King of Anime podcast, episode 20. We got to episode 20, everybody.
Yay!
Yeah.
We like each other that much.
It only took more than 20 weeks to actually get to episode 20. But we're here. And before we actually even begin the show, because if you don't know, the show is basically just the Anime FMK podcast, where we review a certain, like a list of anime, 7 anime, and then throughout the season, we either give it a kill or a pass. And if it gets more than, if it gets 2 or more passes, we're good. If it gets 2 or more kills, it's going to get kicked off the show. We're covering this season Dobro, Shield Hero, Promise Neverland, and Mob Psycho 100 Season 2. So that's super fun. So, before we begin the show, though, Satsuki the Savage made some beautiful Game of Thrones inspired banners. I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I thought they were great.
Yeah, they look pretty cute.
Mine is absolutely amazing.
Mine, of course, has 2 cats because Misto Kitty. But other than that, definitely go check out Satsuki the Savage. He's also in this podcast, if you guys didn't know, along with everything animated. Introduce yourself.
I'm not here. Was I supposed to watch these episodes?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Okay, take 2.
All right, welcome to the King of Anime podcast, everybody. We're back. I hope they watched the episodes now. Did you guys watch the episodes?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yep.
Okay, cool. We're doing this live, by the way, so we just insulted your intelligence. So I guess, we can just go ahead and drop right into it, and we can talk about Mob Psycho 100 Season 2, Episode 9. I don't know what the episode title is called. They weren't just dummies. Mob also fights Scott Steiner for some reason. Claw declares war. Yeah. Oh my.
Oh
Throw
my,
in the kitchen
indeed.
sink. Let's do it. This episode is pretty transitional episode, right?
Yeah, set up.
Yeah, it's definitely a setup. We
got an introduction to the Ultimate 5.
Yeah, we saw the Ultimate 5. We saw as blind.
Oh no, everything animated is roboting.
Am I?
He's roboting. It's spreading.
Yeah. You're the Matrix.
Hold on.
I think I cursed you somehow.
You probably did. Oh my god.
Okay, am I better?
A little bit. Keep talking.
Yeah. I, a robot.
Yes, you are still. Okay, so we figured out at the beginning of the episode that these we actually do we know? Yes, I think we do. They're dummies, right?
Yes, they are dummies. Well, actually,
I don't think so.
No. Well,
they're not dummies, but
don't-
they're made like they're powers and stuff, right?
we didn't get confirmation that they're dummies, but we did get confirmation that at the very least they weren't Mob's parents. That's all we know.
Right.
This is correct.
Because the guy, I don't know his name, he was like, yeah, I basically did this so Mob would fight, because there's no other way Mob would have any motivation to fight if I don't do something as drastic as this. So, and then we seen like Mob's parents, like they're at a spa or something, so they are literally chilling while the world is about to just plunge into chaos, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so Mob's parents are okay. I don't know how he did the body trick thing, but yeah.
I think that, so I have in my notes again, the only reason Mob has not went super psycho crazy, destroy everything yet, is once again because somebody helped him. I think the villains are going to catch on to this somehow. I don't know how, but that's the way they're going to catch on, and that's the way they're going to get Mob to go crazy. Is they're gonna mess with his friends, the people who help him.
Yeah.
And they kind of got that. They tried to do that, but not in that way.
Am I a robot?
Nope.
No.
Thank God. Yes, this was a good episode. I enjoyed the setup to it. Badass blind guy doing his thing, totally owning old Blondie from the first season. See, his hair's growing back, which is nice.
Wasn't his hair like really big in season 1?
Yeah, it threw me off for a little bit. I was like, is that the same guy?
Yeah,
And I was like, yeah, it has to be.
made me think like, what's
And
going on
he was
here?
going to cover his hair. I am a robot again.
Oh no, you're a robot.
God damn it.
Why is this happening? Also,
I love. Uh,
I love killing humans. Must destroy. I was built by Steve Jobs. So we get introduced to this new group, and they mentioned something that I thought was really funny. They started to change their ways, like this group. They started to change their ways after they apparently got owned by 7th graders.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. They were like, we got demolished by these 7th graders, so we changed our ways.
Yeah, that would make me change course too. I mean, just imagine the embarrassment of getting your ass beat by kids with lunch boxes. It's just not a good look.
Oh God, 7th graders are like 13-year-olds, 12-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
yeah, 12, 13. My boy's going to become a 7th grader here next in the fall. So scary.
Is that his goal? Is like, I'm gonna grow up to become a 7th grader.
Well, when I look at him, I think that Mob Psycho or Mob anyway. That's him. That's my son.
He's Mob.
My son's Mob.
That's,
I mean, he's the same age.
that's great. So you're his Reagan.
Yeah, I'm his Regan. I learned when to tell him to calm down. He gets out of hand with his psychic abilities. I'm just like, hey, none of that.
We should just talk about parenting for the rest of this podcast.
Oh, I have a whole list, but we won't have time for this whole podcast.
So my first question really is, how do we get children?
Well, first you have to get a girlfriend.
What is
That's
that?
step one.
I don't know what that is. I watch anime.
It's not it's not a 2D person.
What?
It's actually 3D, and you have
No.
to actually go up and talk to this person and say hi.
I don't believe you. There's this. You can't. What? You're doing some voodoo shit right now, right? You're trying to trick me.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm a rare breed. I like anime, but also happen to have a girlfriend and a child. So, I mean, there's that.
I only
But
thought
it's true.
there were men in this world. I didn't know there were. I've never seen a woman in the wild before.
I mean, go to conventions. Go to conventions. You'll see all of them dressed up. You can look, but you can't touch.
I can only.
Unless you're talking about a strip club. Then that's different.
The only world I know is my closet. So.
So you haven't come out of the closet.
Oh my God. So, there's these characters. I don't know if you guys noticed these characters, but one of them had a round head, like a circle head.
Yeah.
And one of them was completely square.
Yeah, that's the psychic twins.
That was funny. Were these people in season 1?
Every single one of those characters, except for the villain, like the new villains that they introduced, they were all in season 1.
I don't remember any of these people.
Yeah, they were towards the end of season 1. Like you remember how they went through that one, I guess, factory building or whatever it was, and they fought all those villains.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were all them in there. And then I think some of the other people were people from school. So there's that. But then all the new people that were introduced, yeah, all those people are new.
Claw, I think
Yeah.
Claw shows up and they declare a war, a revolution.
They went Detroit Become Human on them.
They did.
Can we talk about how bad their plan is? They're like, there's 600,000 armed police officers and military personnel. So we have 600 people here. Everybody has to take out 1,000 people.
I
It's like,
mean,
what?
if they're strong enough.
They're that good.
Now,
I
if
mean,
these
not
go ahead.
all of them though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are some that can get the job done, but some of these espers aren't that good to take out 1,000 people.
I agree. I mean, imagine if you got six. What was it? The police 6,000, 60,000,
I thought they said 600,000.
600,000. Imagine if there were 600,000 John Wicks. They'd all be fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There'd be no way that they could take them all on. But yeah, it is kind of a bad plan. But I guess they're. Hey, he got the funds. He said he got the funds. Like he's probably just tired of waiting. You
Yeah.
know, he's rich. He's got money to spend. He wants to. Look, all of you just take on at least 6,000 people. If you can do that, you get a fine retreatment in Hawaii.
It is a task that that now that you bring it up seems very much almost impossible to do. But we'll see. Some of these, definitely, some of these will be able to take out probably more than 1,000. I would say.
Like
Yeah.
the strong ones. You would think if people knew about espers that they would have these certain police departments that would know how to take on espers versus just here's some bullets, pew pew pew. You know what I mean? Because it's like obviously they're going to use their psychic powers. Why can't you stop them or just use like an anti-psychic and whatnot? You know what I mean?
They just get more guns.
At least, even in X-Men, they know how to take out mutants.
That's true.
But it's like, that's just me.
It is very. You bring up the X-Men thing. Yeah, it's very similar to that. Like it really is mutants versus humans. Kind of. It's not as like. I don't know. As much in like it's not a whole, war between two different races, kind of thing. But like yeah, you would think they would actually know how to at least like the best way to take down an Esper, and would like have all this info on them, like what is like the most basic class of Esper or whatever. Do they have any like special abilities that normal Espers don't? Like what are they strong at? You would think that, but
and also there's good espers, and you would think that they would have some good espers that are on the force that could like counteract the bad ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like X-Men.
I don't know if that's a plot hole or not, but it's seeming like one.
That's all I'm saying. Well, all I know is I'm looking forward to the rest of the episodes because I think this is all just set up, and then the next couple is just going to be badass fighting scenes again.
Yeah, so the Ultimate 5 form at the end of the episode. We got the super badass teleporty guy who ends up taking the Prime Minister. That was a super cool scene.
That was.
He is much too overpowered. I think teleporting is one of the most craziest powers you can have, especially in the way that he's using it, because it seems like he doesn't have like a limit to it. He can just straight up just go behind you and say like what's the saying? Damn it. It's like sorry kid or something like that, and they just stab you in the back. He can just do that.
It's Assassin's Creeded him.
Yeah, it's just hard to get over that. Even as strong as Mob is, like what can you do to somebody that can just get the fuck out of there with no issue?
Slime Daddy would find a way.
So
he would just eat him or something.
So just bring in Goku. Let him go Ultra Instinct on him. He can teleport just as fast as he could. He'd whoop his ass.
Yeah.
Or Broly, whichever.
I did the best I could do.
We appreciate you for that.
Yeah.
So what are we giving Mob Psycho 100 Season 2 Episode 9?
Passing it.
Pass.
Yes, I don't think we're gonna kill this one. I'm passing this too. It's too hard to kill this anime. it's always, at the very least, like episodes like these, there's like a couple notable things, but like but like it's still good.
Yeah, I say it's not boring. Keeps my attention.
Right. It's not like, it's I don't know. It's good. Yeah,
Reagan is the MVP.
that's true. He's best dad. He's best not dad, but still dad. Anyways, let's talk about Dororo episode 9, the story of the mercilessness. That sounds like a crabcore band. We learn about Dororo's tragic past, how his family died. We also learn that Hyakimaru's father is probably tracking him down. Also, at the end of this episode, we see his father, and he's just standing there. And if you already don't know his father is freaking evil, you will know now because lightning strikes, and it just illuminates his face, and you're like, that guy's evil.
Yeah, he's like, when I looked at him, the first thing I thought was like, this dude is like Bardock. That's what he reminds me of. Just with the scar.
The scar. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the way he went out. He was cool though, but he was kind of an asshole at the same time. So I'm not surprised that he got betrayed at all.
Can we all just say that I didn't even know Dororo was a girl till this episode?
Dororo was
We got spoiled.
right?
Oh shit.
No,
we got spoiled.
No, it's a girl.
Dororo's a chick. It
Yeah.
said on the Wikipedias that he was a dude.
Yeah, trust Wikipedia. That'll get you far. No, it happened in the episode when basically Dororo was telling the whole story, laying there being sick. All of a sudden, the nun or whoever said, I forget exactly what she said, but she was saying
she said, but it must be difficult traveling with such a young girl.
That is what she said. And then all of a sudden they were walking and she's like, oh, did you see me naked? Because they changed my clothes, and he didn't say anything. So why would he have been so concerned? Oh, it's because he's a she. Dororo's a girl.
I'm searching this up.
I was gonna say, do you not believe us?
It's not I don't believe you. It's that I don't believe anyone.
It was in the anime.
God, it's a she. What in
the
world? They changed it. Oh, yeah. God, I was lied to.
I was gonna. Well, first of all, sir, this is not Shield Hero. You need to learn to trust your co-host. And
it's second not that I don't trust you. It's that I don't trust anyone. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I just thought that was a neat little twist. I'm like, oh,
I thought it
Dororo's a girl this whole time.
I just thought it was a dude the whole time. That round face, that stylish haircut.
Well, she is young too, so I mean,
I thought it was so funny when Dororo was going to throw a rock at Itachi, the traitor dude. Mm-hmm. Like immediately just picked up the rock, and then Dororo's mom was Ogia, I think that was her name. She was like, no. And she's also low-key a badass because...
Dude, she's best mom ever.
She had the soup poured on her hand. Like that. Oh. I mean, it doesn't sound all too great, but goddamn. I mean, I know that that's hard to do.
I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that because of the fact that, you do anything for your child as a parent. And
she literally kept going until she just dropped dead. She didn't stop until she died to provide for Dororo. And that breaks my heart because, mm-hmm. I mean, as a person who grew up in a poor family, I know completely the struggles and doing things and super tough times. You got to do stuff you don't want to do. So I completely understand that and that mentality. And it's this episode was so good. just for that, just because I could relate to it on some level. Not naughty say my mother didn't die in the middle of a field or anything, but in terms of the struggle, it was great.
Yeah.
Dad was an absolute badass.
Yeah.
This is how you use a spear.
Yeah, and then he
that was great.
hugs him to death.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
His whole family, her whole family went out like a couple badasses.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was a nice little way to kind of see how Dororo became the person that essentially she became to be, and it's amazing just to think that because we didn't know anything about her. Hell, we thought she was a guy this whole time, and now all of a sudden we know, oh, that's how she was raised, and she's poor little thing. She's seen a lot, you know, and it almost kind of makes you really sympathetic about her. And she keeps a level head the whole time. You know, never gives up because of her mother. Right.
She learned from really good parents to keep that level head, and she's positive. She doesn't. This is the only time she's ever really talked about it to him, and she's okay. Like, she's not breaking down or anything. Like, it's not affecting her on a level that is almost like destroying her character. It's more of like a strength for her in many ways, and that's just so cool. She's great.
I want to point out that this may be it's not exactly a plot hole. It's just something kind of funny when you really think about it, because Dororo and his this is going to be tough.
I know it's hard.
Her mother were traveling around, and they were starving, but Dororo and Hyakimaru, they travel and they get a lot of help on the road, like a lot of help.
That is
true. Just the 2 episodes before, they had Mio, I believe her name was, and she was super helpful. It's like, damn, if only they had that help when Mio. He was a child. Mio, I miss Mio as well.
Yeah. I think it's the sword arms. I mean, I think if a sword arm person come your way, you're gonna want to give them anything you want to. You'd be like, yes, this way, please, don't kill me.
Well, also, all this was happening in an area that was in wartime
that is true too.
When she was really developing as a little child. So that's probably the reason why they're probably still in wartime, because it's this period of, I assume, Japan or China, around that area. And so it would make sense if someone, there's always some type of fight going on back in these days when the samurai were on top, and it's we had God, what were they called? Brigands?
Samurai.
Let me see. Yeah, you got it.
We had the brigands roaming around and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, this probably happened in wartime, and we saw did they actually eat people? We saw that one guy did.
You got to do what you got to do to survive.
But did she?
Yeah, he was snacking.
That guy was like, and I don't know if you guys have heard stories about war, but that's pretty accurate to what people used to do back then. They would eat their fallen people on the battlefield, because if not, they would die.
Do, man. Exactly. And war is not pretty.
War never changes.
God.
But what did the mother picked up a bag that was bloody? Is that a piece of a person, or is that rotten food?
That's what I thought.
I don't know.
I wasn't. It wasn't too clear.
I think it was left up to interpretation.
Because if it was humans, they had to cannibalize someone. And they also, they saw her and Dororo saw some messed up stuff. Just they would walk past a burned down just village, just ravaged, bodies rotting. Dororo saw a mother and child dead, like bones, just
Yeah.
in each other's arms. Just some messed up. Like, this anime is not meant for young people. That's for sure.
Oh no! If all the blood spatting didn't give it away, then the food eating or the people eating should have been a good sign too. But yeah, I hear you. I'm what I'm ready for, because I feel like it's finally getting close to where Hakimaru is eventually going to meet his daddy and his half brother.
I think
he's going to meet the brother
Yeah,
first.
It's
that's
not
I was
half
about to
brother.
say
I guess technically his brother, even though no,
Yeah.
it's not a half brother. Yeah, so his brother.
the brother is probably gonna be like, "You're the reason for doing all this. I just wanted mom to accept me going to war. God damn it, mom."
Exactly. That's exactly how it's going to be.
And he's gonna
He's
freaking
gonna fucking
kill him.
die. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's gonna
because
fucking die.
he's gonna think that he's a badass, and then he's gonna go, "What? He's got swords for arms? What the?" And he just slices him up like a piece of ham.
Well,
You know, it's
Not only that, but he's gonna be one of the people that he's gonna have to kill.
yeah, and he's gonna get his eyes back.
Because that is, if you guys remember, that his brother is one of the things that he was gifted.
Oh. Wait, his brother's gifted? What?
His brother was one of the things that was gifted to the father for, sacrificing Dororo and stuff.
Oh, right. Oh my god.
Well, it may be a situation where after he kills the demons, maybe the brother will get like sick or something. I don't know. I feel like there has to be some way to beat it, but from everything we've seen, bad shit is going to keep happening as Kakimaru gets more body parts. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
And this anime has had no shortage of good people dying and just people dying in general. So I expect, as this show keeps going, there will be more and more good people dying because of whatever reason it may be, and other people dying just because whatever. It seems everyone has had a tragic past in this anime, though. Have you guys noticed this?
Yeah.
I mean, that seems to be anime 101 for you. You know, every good hero has to have a tragic backstory.
Like, I mean, Hyakimaru had one. Dororo. Hyakimaru's the guy who made all the prosthetics and raised them had a terrible past. Mio. God, everyone, pretty much. Like, anyone who's gotten certain development has gotten a tragic past.
And it's all linked to this war that's been going on. So, like, every bad thing that has happened so far, at least with these characters, has some connection to the war.
That's a theme.
It is.
There's something there. There has to be. Osamu Tezuka is too brilliant of a writer not to put something in there about that. I don't know. This whole episode was just. This is my favorite show of the season. I love shows like these. I like video games like these. I love this era, this period of history, and how anime always goes back to it. And when it's done well, it's beautiful. It's great. This is anime at its finest, in my opinion. You just can't get better than this.
I agree.
I'm giving it a pass. What are you guys giving it?
Pass.
Easy.
Let's talk about the anime about oh no, it's Mr. Kitty, and it's also the wrong size, so I gotta fix that. Oh no, I messed up. Oh god damn it. Oh no, no. Oh god, things are going terrible, you guys.
Okay.
It sounds like you're having all kinds of problems.
I got this. I'm resizing the image live on stream. Here we go. Let's talk about Shield Hero, episode 9, simply called Melty. Not in reference to Melty Blood. Very fine video game made by Type Moon. No, Melty as in the character. Anyways, The gang meet Melty, Mine's sister, a.k.a. the bitch, and next in line to take the throne. But now Fumi doesn't believe Melty because obvious reasons. Also, can we stop with the naked fucking lollies? Can we please? Can we please? Can we please?
Now, can we stop with the naked lollies or the naked fucking lollies? Because
both.
Because
all of the above. Option D. No. Bad phrasing. Option C.
Satsuki. Satsuki.
Got it.
God damn it. Oh my god. So the first thing, listen, I liked Philo in the manga. I hate Philo's voice actress. She's awful, okay? And everyone is gonna get mad at me saying that because everyone. I like her voice in bird form. It's fine. It's okay. It's not what I would want it to be, but it's fine. But when she goes to a human, she sounds like a goddamn child, and I hate it, and I want her to stop talking like that every time I hear it.
Well, it won't sell. People love that.
I hate it. I don't understand why people like it.
You have to have the little sister trope.
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
It's dumb. It's
yeah.
It's stupid. It's doesn't do anything for the show at all. It plays to a demographic, and yes, there is an argument. Shield Hero is a show meant for a certain demographic anyway, so you should expect these things. But we should also criticize shows and argue for them to be better and different rather than the same, just because they are in a certain genre. And so, fuck Philo and everything she stands for.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you cleared that up.
Not literally. I hate her voice actress. I think she's terrible. So many down votes. I don't care.
Wow.
Can we talk about another stupid character?
Let's hear it.
I refuse to remember his name. I'm just going to call him Lancer.
Oh
yeah,
no, he doesn't. He doesn't
the
deserve
spear
that.
hero.
He doesn't deserve that.
His name is Motoyatsu, but
oh, I didn't even know that.
He's just a dumb. I hate. And before, I did not hate him because I just felt like obviously he was being manipulated by mine, whatever bitch. He was being manipulated by her, so I just thought he was misguided. So I gave him passes, but this is just annoying. The first thing he does is attack in the middle of the street and put countless people in danger, like it's nothing.
But he freaks out about this small child, this little girl, and makes the most pervious hentai face you can ever see, ever. Like, they should have censored that face, because it was. He's a lolicon. What's funny about that? What's funny about pedophilia?
He is a lolicon. He was like, I've never seen a girl as perfect as her. I was like, wait.
I was like, I've seen at least 100 that are more perfect than her.
He's not like this in the manga. He is. You hate him, but he's never this levels of annoying. Never.
Is he just as stupid in the manga?
He's more misled in the manga. Okay. But he's not. No.
So he's thinking with his D instead of his brain.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Wow. Because that's what it comes down to. Yeah, he fights in the middle of the street. How dare you have a blonde girl slave? And he's like, excuse me. And then they just start fighting for no reason. It's like, dude.
Oh, wait.
He gets kicked in the nuts again.
Like Scooby-Doo levels of just tropey bullshit.
When the other people started fighting, that was funny as hell. They just started fighting whoa. They fought for no reason.
Yeah,
one guy was
fighting?
One guy was like, what's the big deal? Go for it. And then the other guy was like, why are you encouraging them to fight? And then he just punched him in the face. And then everybody started fighting.
It's like that episode of the Boondocks where all you got to do is throw a chair and everybody starts fighting.
Hey, somebody's fighting. I should fight too.
Yeah. Someone threw a chair. Now I'm pissed.
That was pent up anger. They just started.
I mean, that whole
like
town
everybody.
must have been like unnerving, because just if that's all it took, then yeah, that everybody must be walking around pissed over there.
They were waiting for a riot. That was it was stupid, but it was very entertaining to me. So I don't even care.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm trying to get all the stuff I hated about this episode out of the way, and I think we got it.
Isn't Philo so fluffy though?
This is like one of my highlights of this episode. Actually, is how they wake up in the middle of the night and they see the clothes and they're like, "What happened here? I know?" And then it starts connecting in their brain that Philo loves to eat things, and they're like, "Let's get rid of the evidence and let's never talk about this again."
That was so funny.
Like that, it was the acting was brilliant. Naofumi and Raffi, they're God. This scene was great. It was hilarious, and not only that, but when they find out Melty is in Philo's like feathers, Raftalia is like, I don't get it, and she puts her hand in and she starts sinking and falling asleep. And it's just her hand that's still in the feathers.
I was waiting for Naofumi to go, I don't see what the big deal about it. And then he puts his hand in, then he just goes off. And then
He's too hardcore. He's too hardcore.
I was waiting for that. That would have been so funny, just to have all three of them just sleeping on this giant bird.
And you know what? This is a thing that we can say The Simpsons did it first. The Simpsons did something like this as well. I remember Homer was like, he was either eating something or he was in the middle of talking, and he was like whatever he's talking. Oh man.
Yeah, and then everybody else starts passing out. I think I remember that. Homer learned the he was part of the CIA, and he learned how to do that sleeper hold trick or whatever. And Marge is like, Homer, don't use the sleeper trick on the kids. And then she started nagging him, and then he did it on her, and he's like, well, I got another 30 minutes. And then he does it to himself and passes out. That's classic Simpsons for you.
Dude, The Simpsons for the longest time was like the best show on TV, and I'm so sad that it's so sad that they did what they did to The Simpsons.
Yeah, it's a shame they're still on. I agree.
And hey, The Simpsons even inspires Japanese comedy. Look at that. The Simpsons is in Shield Hero technically. It's great.
Yeah, and The Simpsons went to Japan that one time, which was hilarious.
We're just gonna end up talking about The Simpsons, aren't we?
Hell yeah! I do a whole podcast on The Simpsons, 90s Simpsons. I don't care.
Simpsons is great. So at the beginning of this episode, we see like a lot of shots of like Philo and stuff like that in her bird form. And do you guys think that Philo is so big, seeing her just like in the background shots is actually kind of funny?
It is funny.
She's just got like a big dumb face, big dumb chocobo bird face.
I know it is pretty funny because she's a big old fat bird, and she's eats a lot. You know, goes hand in hand. But then she's, I don't know, like a skinny lolly girl in real life. It is weird. But when she's in bird form, yeah, it's pretty funny, especially when she talks and you just see that beak flapping.
You know what?
Talking animals make me laugh. I don't know.
Another unpopular opinion: they should have just removed Philo's human form, kept her a big ass bird.
That would have been hilarious. Like, try to get her into like places.
Philo, you're not fitting. I'm sorry, I'm a bird.
Let me squeeze in here. Just knocks the whole building down. See, that would have been hilarious.
Man, they should do an OVA about Philo and her bird form just fucking things up.
She just can't get out of it. She's stuck in it and trying to get out of it.
My cat's angry at me again, you guys.
Well, what else is new? The sky's blue.
That's true. Water is wet. Oh God, cat. This is just gonna happen every time now. So Motoyasu also speaking of big fat bird, calls Philo a chubster. That he uses that word, chubster.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't
I've
know that was
never-
an insult.
I didn't even know that was a thing, chubster, until this show. I'm like, chubster?
And then he goes up to Philo and he's like, "Are you Philo?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's me." And he's like, and then he talks about right after that, like how big and fat this bird is. Philo's like, "Did you just call me fat?" Just demolishes Motoyasu.
Yeah. You could say that the chubby bird kicked him right in the chub.
This series does comedy better than Slime Daddy.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Honestly, it
I've
does.
laughed more at this one.
This series is best case Slime Daddy. This is like this series. Slime Daddy is so generic and safe and not like technically bad or anything like that.
I mean,
It's like average, right?
mhm.
This show is really damn good, and it's funny, both intentionally and sometimes unintentionally. And I think there's a little bit of self-awareness to this show that Slime Daddy definitely lacked. I think that this is really good.
How many episodes is this supposed to be?
24
Oh, this is 24.
or 26, something like
Yeah.
that.
We're in it for the long haul. Hopefully, if nothing else bad happens.
The best show seems to be the longest ones.
I also want to add that I like Nafumi being consistent with his character. I mean, at least
Yeah.
from episode 2, because the first thing he thought of when Mel tried to join their group was, I wonder how much money I can get off this girl.
Yeah.
I mean, also
that's-
in him not trusting her. That's a consistent thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really surprised and happily surprised with that as well, because it was just reassuring that this man, no matter what, is just he cannot trust anybody for nothing.
Yeah.
And just because she says, "Oh well, I'm against my sister," well, how do I know that? This other bitch said that she was for me, and all of a sudden you're gonna be
The only-
all pally with me?
The only one who hasn't betrayed me yet is a raccoon girl, who's my slave.
And
Yeah.
and the fat bird
And
that
the
eats
fat
a lot.
chocobo that ate out a dragon's stomach.
I'm so glad you finished that sentence. Ate out a dragon's stomach.
Oh yeah, we also cured Rafi, and it was so it was like anticlimactic. He just bought the shit from a priest. It was
that happens
like,
the same way in the manga.
give me one gold.
I
And
have
then
a
they tried to
feeling.
give him the cheap shit.
Yeah. Well, the woman did, not him. Like, he was just
Yeah.
like, what you want a backhand? Or you want to repent? I'll give you some repent. Give me some better shit. But I almost feel like that character's going to come back later. Because even though it was just very brief and you saw him for a little bit, I'm just like, this person's coming back somehow.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Because I felt like, because we had the previous episode allude to us going to this church to get this, and then we just got it, and it was like a one and done type of thing. But I feel like we met that character for a reason. I don't know why. Maybe he'll get cursed again. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
This episode was really good, and yeah, I like how Naofumi doesn't just see a color-coded lolly and goes, "Ha, purple! Let's let her join the group."
Yeah.
He's consistent. The show's very consistent in general, for the most part. Outside of its, some of its writing is with Motoyasu is very stupid, very dumb.
I
And
just wish he would die. Honestly.
Yeah. I take it it's going to be a running gag. He's going to be getting kicked in the nuts by the fat bird.
It's so tropey and so stupid, and it's so dumb that it's not fun anymore.
Blasting off again.
It's literally like Team Rocket bullshit. Yeah, exactly. And not only that, he was better when he was just an evil dickbag.
I agree.
Yeah.
way better. Like he was. It's mine is fine. Like mine's okay because mine's still mine, but Motoyasu is just a fucking asshole. I feel more sorry for him in some ways than I do than I actually hate him, because I feel sorry for him because he needs help.
Yeah.
Like I don't like him as like at all. Like as a character, I don't like him. It's dumb.
There's a difference between hating somebody because they're so good at being a villain versus hating somebody because they just suck.
They got go away heat. That's what
yeah, just like exactly, go away. We don't want you no more.
So what are we giving this? I'm giving this a mega pass. This episode was freaking hilarious.
You're giving it a mega pass? I'm giving it a mega pass.
I'll give it I don't know, like a medium pass. Can we do that?
Medium rare pass?
I'll have some medium wings. Wings.
God damn it! Now I'm thinking about Simpsons again. Ah! We gotta do a Simpsons podcast. The best anime ever made.
I agree.
Just 5 best episodes and we talk about them. Brilliant. Lovely. Speaking of The Simpsons, let's talk about killing lollies and eating them. Let's talk about The Promised Neverland. Episode 9, 031145, which is also my favorite number. Oh, I repeated that joke. Oh, well, hopefully. By the way, it starts off with a Kaguya screenshot. I was just bored and didn't want to take that out, so there's just a screenshot from Kaguya in this slideshow.
Watch Kaguya-sama.
It's good.
I'll have to pick up episode 3.
Norman's date is set, and so he makes his escape, but he finds out outside the wall there is a cliff, which is, by the way, I titled this episode "Mind of the Gap." Huh?
Huh? Clever.
Yeah, that's really clever.
Yeah.
He could have made it. He could have jumped the gorge like Homer Simpson.
Simpsons did it first.
Yeah. I'm gonna make it. Ah!
This episode, mostly kind of like a transitional kind of thing, in my opinion. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I would say so.
To me, it had, like, at the very beginning, moments of like hopelessness, where it was literally just nothing but what can we do now? There's absolutely like everything's fucked, everything's foobar. We can't do nothing, and then all of a sudden, you got those hills and valleys again. It's like, oh, picking back up. Oh, there's some hope. He's climbing the wall. He's there, and there's a cliff. So now we're back to square one, and if memory serves me right, tomorrow he's getting shipped.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So now what?
We may be seeing a future without poor Norman.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, it's so crazy looking at through the point of view of children, because I guess a way to kind of explain it is like, they're still children deep down, obviously, and they think, oh, we're gonna outsmart the adults, and then when they think they did it, the adults are just 1, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of them, just like a regular adult would be to a little child.
Right.
You can't have a child smarter than the adults. That's why I've always hated shows where, even movies that do this, where the children outsmart the adults. They never do that. You couldn't, unless the adult is just really dumb.
Home Alone.
Does it? I give that one a pass because it's a classic. That's a comedy, but I'm talking about like serious like dramas where they like outsmart the adults. It's like, come on, like, oh, you wacky kids, whoa, slip on marbles. Just give me a break. But stuff like this, it really does bring it back, and you're just like, okay, I see what this show's trying to do. It really is hopeless for these kids.
I love Isabella with all my heart.
She is a great villain.
She broke Emma's leg in the last episode, and we didn't even talk about this, but she had the bandages on her. She already knew what the hell she was going to do.
Mm-hmm. Always one step ahead.
Yeah, she was like playing. She's just like, yeah, I'm gonna break Emma's leg probably. and then I'm gonna just checkmate them.
At least one of the kids are gonna try to pull something. I'll break one of their legs.
Yeah,
Oh,
Isabella can break my legs and then take
jeez.
it after.
Yeah, I agree. She can break my legs and my arms so she can take care of me forever.
I don't want any of that shit. I
You're
don't
the
know
only-
what you both want.
You're the only sane one in here.
I want to say
Weird
if
normal person.
I could just see that as a freaking fetish. Lady Isabella, please take this foot and break it, snap it in two. It was make it a clean break too.
It's darkness from Konosuba.
Oh my god!
Exactly, that's what me and Satsuki are.
Oh my god! And
no, she's on a completely different level.
No, me and you are.
Yeah, you
darkness.
and you both are darkness. As far as
Yeah.
the whole break my leg, please, Isabella.
Yeah.
There's also this little scene. It's none of you probably noticed this, but there's this little kid with an afro. The first thing we see of him is he runs out of the room and immediately face plants. And I'm like, what the hell? That's awesome.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he's like running and he just immediately face plants. And it's,
I mean that's children for you. They're stupid. They think I'm gonna run forever, and then they fall, and then it's like,
my
well,
face.
Stupid. What do you think would happen?
But you know who didn't fall? Phil, because Phil's a badass.
You have a little thing for Phil. I noticed that. Like,
Phil's great.
I mean, I have noticed that Phil, for some reason, even though he's like a little child, he has been like, out of all the little childs, he's been like shown the most.
It's because of his big old Phil face.
He has a huge fan base, honestly.
Does he?
He really does. This is not a joke. He has a fan base.
He's great.
He
looked at Mama this episode, and Mama was like, oh, "That's Phil." Like she had a reaction to Phil's big old Phil face.
Yeah, she wanted to fill up that Phil face.
Oh man.
God damn it!
Sorry, I'm sorry.
We're gonna have to get Dr. Phil in here to talk about this. No,
We're gonna have to get Dr. Phil about filling up on that Phil face.
God damn it! Also, one of the kids says "congrats."
Yeah.
To Norman, that was cute.
Yeah.
And also, oh yeah, that crying girl. Yeah, that was some crying face. Also, when Emma's suggesting that they break their limbs.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird.
Ray goes, "That's a good plan, Emma. Let's get cracking."
Oh, great choice of words. Great choice of words.
Well, that's a
but that shows you how
week.
desperate they are.
That's
that
true.
They're willing. Yeah. Oh,
because for Ray to like go along with that, because normally when Emma says comes up with plans like that, they're just like, Emma, shut the hell up.
Emma, you shonen, get out of here.
Yeah, but Ray was like, "Yeah, fuck it, break my arm, break my leg.
Just don't break the face because I need this. This is my moneymaker right here."
Also, have you guys noticed the little, I don't even know what you would call it, this little thing between Norman and Emma?
Well, I mean, it's been known that Norman likes her.
Right. But it's definitely, I think it's progressed a little bit.
It's just known.
I think they both like each other. I think it's quite obvious. I don't think Emma said it, right? Emma hasn't said anything about it, but I think
I don't think so.
It's a cool little facet. Like this show just has like a little innocent romance going on in the middle of it.
While breaking limbs and getting eaten.
Exactly.
Someone brought this to my attention on Twitter, and I want to get your opinions. They basically said that The Promised Neverland is a retelling of the movie Chicken Run.
Oh man.
I would not know.
You've never seen Chicken Run?
I may have, but I may.
I want to say
I think I did, but I just don't remember it.
Dude, I love Chicken Run. I don't know if it's actually a good movie anymore or not, but I actually love that film.
I mean, it's claymation, which in turn makes it timeless. You know, just like any animated movie, you can watch it any year.
And Chicken Run is also kind of based off that book. What is that one? It's where it's Animal Farm, I think.
It's
the one
if
where
it is,
all of the animals take over.
Yeah, but Animal Farm's way different than Chicken Run.
Also, there's like also Slaughterhouse 5 somewhere in there.
Um, I don't know that one. You lost me.
I think Slaughterhouse 5 is similar to like the I don't know for sure. I could be totally wrong on this, but it's like there's like a building or something like that, and like it's like it's a slaughterhouse, and it deals with that. I haven't actually read the book in a long time, so I don't even remember remotely what it's about. But
But
yeah,
anyway,
there's that.
check out Chicken Run and tell me if you think they're similar. I know you read the manga, so you got that over us.
No, I looked it up. I've seen it, but like I said, I just don't remember that movie.
Yeah, it's
So
been a while. Yeah, it's been a while for me too.
Didn't they like put out like a new film recently that's similar to Chicken Run?
It's made by the same. Like you can tell all those claymation films, especially if they have that same look. It's made by the same company that does Wallace and Gromit. So, I think they did one not that long ago called Caveman or something. I don't know.
All I remember is like there being animals, and that the trailer had Green Day in it. I was like, Green Day? The hell?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, back to the Promised Neverland. There's this great like tracking shot of Norman. Right after he like has this whole collapse, after he goes like he gets a glass of water. I really appreciate Cloverworks like doing something different, even though I hate some of their production choices. I think Cloverworks is both a studio that does so many unique and cool things, but at the same time fails on so many just fundamental stuff that I dislike. But this is one of the great things they did this episode in a long time, and just in general, is they just had this awesome tracking shot on Norman as he's walking down the hallway back to Emma's, or back to the room where Emma's in and Ray's in. What'd you guys think about that?
I was put off by it a little bit.
That's another thing is I noticed that Norman he didn't fit in with the CGI, which is to be expected. But it's better than what they do in Shield Hero when they have Philo be a CGI monstrosity.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
I don't know. I thought it was all right, but yeah, it is a bit disjarring seeing a hand-drawn Norman walking through a CG hallway.
It's not this show, a Land of the Lustrous. It is not, sadly. That show
keep hearing that.
It's got the best CGI ever made. It doesn't. You're cognizant of it being CGI because just like how you're cognizant of Chicken Run being not animation, right? It's the same way.
Yep.
But like you don't care because it's good. And this they took a page out of Land of the Lustrous, in my opinion, with this tracking shot. They tried to do what Land of the Lustrous nailed over and over and over again perfectly every single time in their show. There's some parts of it that still weren't that good, but I enjoy it. I thought it was different. It added a lot of tension because it wasn't another cut or anything like that. It was like very Hideo Kojima-esque in that approach. I enjoyed it for what it was worth.
I want to bitch about some of the fans of The Promised Neverland.
Okay. More downvotes for this video.
Let's hear it.
There are some people who read the manga who are vastly disappointed with this adaptation. And I can see some spots where they're disappointed at because it's not exactly perfect. But some of the changes that people are mad about are so minor that I seriously did not notice it. Like, for example, there was a scene where Ray, Norman, and Emma all like hug, and in the anime it looks different from the manga, but it's not a major change whatsoever. And there are people that are in an uproar about this. Like, what the fuck are they doing to the Promised Neverland? And I'm like, you guys are weak. Have you guys seen Berserk or Soul Eater or like some of these other where they just completely fuck up the whole anime and there's nothing you could do. It's just a train wreck. Like, look what they did to Tokyo. Oh shit,
Tokyo Ghoul. They fucked that
Yeah.
up, and they did it
Tokyo
on
Ghoul.
purpose.
yeah.
God, there was
That's-
something like
that's-
it was like 20 chapters an episode or something like that. It was like 150 something chapters in a single season.
And when it comes to those minor changes, at least they're not changing the overall characters. It's to me, when you decide to change a character from what they were in a book or a manga or comic or whatever, that's when it's reason to be upset. But to be upset over because they didn't hug in a certain scene, get over yourselves, people.
Yeah, and even that, if like the original Full Metal Alchemist anime, people get mad about that and say it's like one of the worst animes ever made, which I'm like, are you guys fucking insane?
I want to say I'm probably one of the only people that like the original.
The
I mean,
original
given
is so
I haven't-
fucking good. It's dark.
given
It's
I-
a different tone.
Haven't seen the new Brotherhood one in a while. Well, not in a while, ever. I still need to catch up on it. I need to finally finish it one of these days. But still, the original Full Metal's good.
It's very good. It's like
Yeah.
one of the best anime released in a long time. So people say that all the time, like, you can't change anything. My opinion, it's if you change something, sure, that's one thing if you change something, but if it's good and it's changed from the original source material, then, I mean, yeah, you miss out on the original thing, but the manga's still there. You can still go read it, and in the case of Full Metal Alchemist, you still got Brotherhood. So it's there's certain cases for certain things, and it's not always like you can't always be right about some adaptations. Some adaptations are just bad, and they adapt the manga completely well, and I would rather have them adapt the manga completely differently. For example, the Shield Hero. I would much rather have them remove the Philo character and keep her as a bird. Like that would be better to me. That would be more funny. It would make the show more dynamic. But it is what it is. It's you can't.
And sometimes when you change the source material and you transform it into like a movie or a TV series, a good example, Lord of the Rings. Those movies are amazing, and I've always loved those films. And I hear there are some certain parts that are different from the book, and I went back and looked, and had you actually kept those in there, these movies would be more than how long they are now. And even then, they had to cut out a whole bunch of stuff. But I think the direction in which to make these things into a movie or TV show, they work for them. But then there's other times, like I said, when they change the character and it doesn't work. So
there are times
that's
to
just me.
complain. There are times when you probably shouldn't complain. And there are times when you should have a discussion and not
Agreed.
outrage about shit. And this is one of those where I'm completely enjoying myself at Promised Neverland.
Same.
It's really good. And can we just be happy that we're watching a really good anime? Is that not enough anymore?
No.
Can we be happy that this is one of the best seasons of anime in years?
Long time.
Yeah.
Long time. Not even one of my favorite seasons is fall 2017. It's really hard, for me to say that's better than this season so far.
Wait. What was in fall 2017? I'm trying to remember.
Land of the Lustrous, Inuyashiki, I think Mob Psycho,
Mob
Magus
Psycho was
Bride.
definitely not in 2017.
Or not Mob Psycho, My Hero.
Academia, yeah.
Oh God. Magus's Bride. Lots of
I never
stuff.
finished it.
Well, I had that first half of Magus's Bride, which was brilliant. Yeah, I mean, that had a lot of great stuff in it, and I think this is like head and heels, way better than that season, and that season's great. I don't know. What are we giving the Promised Neverland episode 9?
Pass.
Yep.
It didn't have that one panel, so I'm gonna have to.
You're just
I'm
gonna
gonna
quit
have
the
to pass it.
podcast. I quit the podcast. I quit anime. I quit manga.
Drop the mic.
I'm gonna go cry about anime.
I'm already crying, but thank you.
Yeah, so I didn't have the CKOA thing this week. I completely forgot. That's my bad. I'm gonna have to put that in my schedule from now on, so I don't forget. I feel like it's every other week I'm forgetting something about this show. This show in particular. Put that in my schedule from now on, so I don't forget. I feel like it's every other week I'm forgetting something about this show. This show in particular.
Are you still there?
I heard myself, so I let myself play out. Just to repeat. If you guys didn't catch that, me saying that before, then you caught it again. So we'll cover that next week. But with that being said, where can they find you? Everything Animated.
You can find me on the Twitters. You can find me, well, honestly haven't done any YouTube stuff in a while. Lacking. But there is a chance that there is a podcast on the horizon with me and Sasuke the Savage on Game of Thrones.
Something that's not anime.
Yeah. So if y'all love Game of Thrones like Sasuke and I do, then I'll make we'll make a podcast and I'll let y'all know.
Sasuke the Savage.
Yeah, you can find me on Satsuki the Savage, Satsuki the Reactor, King Daniels JR on Twitty. I'm getting a lot of followers on Twitter. I'm moving up in the world. It's going to be a matter of time before I get that blue check.
What is that manga that you keep referencing that has to do with the word dog followed by the other word?
Oh, that. That is the greatest manga of all time. It's not even a manga. It's like on Webtoons. That's the only place you can find it. But I actually did something with the author, so it's not on my channel. It's on somebody else's channel. But he's a pretty cool dude. But yeah, that that is a wild experience to say the least.
I think my reaction.
What a
you
name.
Talking about that was what the actual fuck. That's like my response. Was like, what?
Yeah, it's that. Damn. Yeah. Oh yeah. Psychopath season 3. Are we watching that?
Yes, we have to.
Season 3.
It is. It got announced like yesterday or 2 days ago.
When is it? When is it coming out?
Next year.
Date.
Well, I have some bad news for you guys about that.
You're quitting anime? Well,
quitting
Sasuke, here we go.
The King of Anime podcast is dead. No. The recent strike I got from on my Sword Art Online video was from Sony Music Entertainment, who owns Psychopaths.
I was just asking if are we going to watch it. I'm on the fence, honestly.
We cannot. We can cover the show, but if we decide to cover the show, we cannot use any screenshots, any footage, and yeah.
Can it be our faces, like recreating the scenes?
It can, yes.
You know what we could do? We could take the screenshots of the anime and put our faces over it.
You know what? That works.
That would be some monster editing.
Yeah, it would.
We'd have to. That's what we would have to do to actually get that to work. Because Sony is a no-no anymore on my channel, and the only way that I'm gonna cover a Sony thing is if I know for 100% fact they will not give me a strike. So.
All right.
And it's
Pinky promise.
I mean, I can't because we're. The internet.
Yeah.
But
hate that shit.
Yeah, fuck the internet, dude. Getting demonetized. Find me everywhere on the Bento Reviews channel, where I talk about lunchboxes. You can also find me on Twitch, which, I don't know, probably tomorrow, I hope, maybe. I'm going to set up my stream. I'm going to play me a PS2 game called Extermination. Find me on Twitch, which, I don't know, probably tomorrow, I hope, maybe. All right, thanks, SeaTactics, for coming up with that one. That was really... Yep. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to the King of Anime podcast. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.